Hey, it's Kolby K. Are you living on Hell Island? Let me explain more. A good friend of mine, John Tarr, told me a story of two kinds of people. Those that live on Hell Island are doing one of two things. They are either under the pressures of everything that's happening to them on the island. They're working 50, 60 hours a week. They're living paycheck to paycheck. They're 30 pounds overweight. They've got less money in their bank account today than they had yesterday. Their relationships are not the best with their family and kids. They can barely stand themselves. They wake up and they see the people that are up in Heaven Island, those model cutouts that are super handsome and feel like it looks like they've got their stuff together. And they say, oh, that looks nice. But they don't really know how to get out until the pressures become too much. You see, they've tried everything. They've tried every fad diet. They've tried every book. They've seen every video. They've done everything they feel like they possibly can, but you see, they're stuck. Change only comes when one of two things actually happens to those on Hell Island. The pressure and the heat becomes too much that they simply want to escape and get away from the current situation, or instead of running from where they currently are, they are running to what they feel is something that is better. A life where relationships are good, jobs are good, their work-life balance is good. I've got more money. I've got a better work-life balance. I can go take those trips, those family vacations, buy that car, do the things that I want. And I see those people that have that, so I'm running to that. You see, the pressure on Hell Island, it's either the pressure's too much and I've got to leave, which, you know, as a young kid, I grew up, I had a mattress on the floor. Both my parents worked really super hard to provide a balanced life for my brothers and I, and having to work at a young age and do things I necessarily wasn't super proud of just to make money, I got tired of being broke and put myself in a scenario where it wasn't that I saw people that had more. I was tired of living in a situation where I was currently at. Fast forward that story even to a year ago, where things around me got to be almost so unbearable that I didn't know I was at a breaking point until it broke. And my relationships fell apart. My health fell apart. My finances fell apart. And I said, I know what it's like here and I would like to get there. So it was everything I had tried, but I knew there were things left I still needed to put in place in order to really go achieve this new level of happiness. So what I want to share with you, my friends, are a couple things. Three things specifically, because if you are uncomfortable in the situation you're in now, where you're at now with whether it's your health, wealth, or relationships, I want you to take note of these three things. There are a couple scenarios that are happening. You see, you're either running away from pain towards pleasure, right? Meaning you see the problem that's happening, and like the Heaven Island and the Hell Island example, you are running to something that you feel is better, or the pressures where you currently are too much. The next piece here is necessity versus possibility. Necessity being, I think there's something better, or the possibility of someone has told me there's something better. And then the last piece, self versus others. This could be a limiting factor, and the fact is that I'm doing things for me because I know they're going to be better in the long term, or am I not doing something because I'm afraid of what others think? You see, these three limiting factors also become areas that push us towards what we know is possible. The question is it unbearable enough where I am today to leave, or is it because I see something greater? You deserve something better. In this, I want you to write these three things down. As we go through this exercise, in order for you to actually achieve what it is you deserve, which is something better than where you currently are, you need to know, one, that it's possible. If you've got a goal or an objective and you've seen somebody that looks, feels, acts, and smells like you do it, it's possible. Whether it's creating that business out of that idea that you have. Is it losing that weight and becoming a fitness model? Is it making enough money to be able to take your family on vacation? If you've seen somebody like you do it, it's possible. Write down, it is possible. The next thing here is you can do it. If somebody else has done it, all of the resources in the world are available to you to do it. You don't need more money. You don't need more time. The difference between the beggar and the billionaire is the money. It's not the time. You see, they both share 24 hours in a day. In previous videos, as you saw, we went through 3 key foundational areas towards change. And then we talked about the different habits that people that are living proactively versus those that are reactive. And in doing it, it's how you manage your day, from time management and your thought process, to know that somebody like me has done it. It is possible. How am I managing my day and structuring what I do, where I do, how I do? The internet's the great equalizer, my friends. You can find out how to do anything from how I learned how to code to start a software company and how does Active Directory work and teaching myself how to code before I invested in online courses, to anything you've got a skill or a desire or a want to go do. It is possible. The resources are there. It's around time allocation and letting yourself know it's important and scheduling time to go do it. And then the last thing is you got to be realistic. You can't sign up to run a marathon if you don't run again, you don't run today. What I see so many times, we'll use the fitness example and stay with that, is the beginning of the new year comes, you want to lose a bunch of weight and eat right and go to the gym 6 days a week. I'm going to be there 2 hours a day and I'm going to be ripped. And then what happens is you don't go to the gym at all today. So saying you're going to go 6 days a week, you go day 1, you feel good. You go day 2, you feel good. Day 3, one of the kids gets sick. They've got some extra homework. Your boss holds you late for work. You miss day 3. Day 4, you get a flat tire on your way to work. Something happens. You've missed 2 days. All of a sudden, you've lost that motivation to continue because you already feel like a failure. Be realistic. If you're not going to the gym at all today, why don't you go twice a week? You can surely make time to go twice a week. If you currently want to acquire a new skill set that's going to get you closer towards being better at whatever it is you choose to be better at, are you spending the time 1 or 2 hours a week to do that? Are you reading? Are you watching videos? Are you listening to podcasts? There are so many amazing resources that you can follow to do that. But set realistic goals, things that are achievable every single day. You've heard the story of the Navy SEAL who shared continuously. You've seen it online. The gentleman was on Tim Ferriss's podcast on starting his day with making the bed and why making the bed is so important. You see, making the bed is that first level of commitment and getting something done. So when I awake, I don't leave things where they are. I make and prep momentum and I knock one thing off a checklist. That making the bed goes to brushing my teeth, to taking a shower, to getting dressed, to getting to work on time, or getting to the gym. It perpetuates momentum. Be realistic and do small things every single day that get you closer to your goals. My friends, down below you'll be able to click a link or put your name and information in and get an actual worksheet I put together for you that will help you from a goals perspective. Hold yourself accountable, and actually we'll go through some tool sets that'll show you exactly what you need to do to follow these 3 guidelines. And getting out of this and being reactive, or being reactive to situations and being proactive towards the things that are most important. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the other side.